7, welcome back. Now, will you be wearing your jeans to work or school this morning? Well, if you're about to leave the house, go back and get changed because it's Jeans for Genes Day.
Get that denim on. The day raises money for children with genetic disorders and awareness as well. 1 in 25 children in the UK are born with a genetic disorder or genetic birth defect. There are more than 6,000 genetic disorders, and collectively they're the biggest killer of children aged 14 and under. Surprising statistic, that, I think,
absolutely.
Isn't it?
And here to tell us more about how the money raised will help those children is Katie Price, whose son Harvey was born with disabilities, and Dr. Hillary's here too. Both of them dressing down this morning.
Well, I'm supporting Ryland,
well,
so watch X Factor and supporting him tomorrow.
He loves you.
You had to get that one in straight away, didn't you?
I noticed Hillary's jeans are slightly more dad's denim, but it's good though.
I've got the trendy ones.
He's made an effort.
No.
Good on him. Katie, this is an issue very close to your heart, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, obviously everyone, well, if they don't know, Harvey suffers from septic optic dysplasia, and he's also got genetic disorder Prader-Willis. I don't know why they call it Prader-Willis. It sounds a bit naughty, but...
A couple of doctors who described it, I think, originally.
It's a weird name, though, isn't it?
Dr. Willi.
Yeah, and people always like, well, what's Prader-Willis? And basically, it's where, for what they say about Harvey, correct me if I'm wrong as you're the doctor, but he just wants to eat and eat and eat, and it affects his behaviour and everything, because everything about his whole day is when his next meal is. So that's why he's quite big as well, because they just want to eat, to the point that if you're not looking, he'll go in the freezer, get a frozen pizza, he'll go and hide it, and then try and munch on it when he can, when no one's looking. It's quite...
Yeah. Did you have any idea that he was going to be carrying this gene before you had him?
I mean, like 30,000 babies are born with this. There's like many genetic disorders each year, and obviously Harvey's got this one. But when they're babies, you don't know. Like, I didn't know he was blind. I didn't know that he had like his septic optic dysplasia. You just don't know. I didn't know he had autism. It's only when, as they get older, they diagnose these things.
Dr. Hillary, what is a genetic disorder?
Well, the genes on our chromosomes are what codes for the proteins and enzymes in our body that makes our bodies function. So if there's a missing enzyme or an enzyme that shouldn't be there, it just takes one gene to cause that abnormality, and all sorts of repercussions can ensue. So we've got diseases like thalassemia, muscular dystrophy, cystic fibrosis. Individually, they're quite rare. But when you put them all together, collectively, 30,000 babies are born, as Katie says, every year with a genetic disability, genetic abnormality. And they are often diagnosed quite late because they're rare. We don't initially spot the problems when they're babies, and it takes a few months or weeks to make the diagnosis and get the right support and treatment that they need.
But there's no cure, though, is there?
Sure. No, not yet.
Not at the moment.
I mean,
is
the
that
more
true
we
of all
understand...
genetic disorders, is it?
We can influence some, but it's in its infancy at the moment. The more we understand about the genes and the human genome, sort of mapping out all the genes of the body and all the chromosomes, the more we're closer to getting gene therapy. In other words, I mean, cystic fibrosis, for example, we've tried inhalation therapy to stop the mucus production, which clogs up the lungs and the intestine. So we're getting there, but it's a way away. But understanding is growing all the time.
How important is something like Genes for Genes Day?
Well, we're raising awareness, aren't we? And the more we do that, we can raise funds to do the research and to help support and treat the people who are affected.
They're aiming to raise 2.5 million.
Wow.
So if there's anyone out there who wants me to do a skydive or something, not that I want to do it, but if I have to, then I will.
You're good on you.
No, but obviously I'm with free charities, and you know, so many people every day want me to be with charities, but I can only do the ones that, you know, my heart's there, like with the Harvey Vision and Autism UK, and now this one I'm an ambassador for. And it's important to get the
your
message
fellow
out
sported some very interesting jeans, didn't he, Leandro?
Oh, what, when it's all painted on?
Yeah, it was painted on.
There
they are, look at that.
Crikey, look at that.
He doesn't look that
I'll be getting a pair of those jeans later on.
Oh, can't wait.
Nice package.
Well, we're wearing them underneath.
Well, I think you're doing a grand job, both of you, and thanks for coming in. And of course, you will be watching X Factor.
Yeah, Ryland for me, and the wild
He said
card.
he wants to duet with you in the final.
Oh, we do in my lounge. I've got my karaoke set up. I'm a frustrated pop star, aren't I? So we've done many duets in the lounge.
Good.
That I would love to see, you and Ryland duetting. I think the nation would probably like to see that. If he wins, you'll come back and do a duet with us.
Do you know what? I will, but I'm better than Ryland. No, I'm only joking. I'm not really.
Thank you very
Definitely.
much, both of you.
Thank you.